Afternoon, everybody. Galen Clavio here with the IU Sports Media broadcast team. We're live from Bill Armstrong Stadium, and just here to give you an update. It's 4:22 here at the track and everywhere else, I guess, in the Eastern time zone. And thus far, I like the direction things are trending. Find whatever wood you have close to you and knock on it. I'm just going to give you an update on what was going on. So at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, due to a lot of rain falling, they went ahead and made the decision to push the start of the women's race back from 4 o'clock, which is when it normally begins, to 5. There was a lot of ponding on the grooves of the track, although the corners have looked pretty good. Now, what's happened since then is that a lot of those puddles have subsided, and I can see the crews out right now. They've been able to really cover up most of the problem areas of the track. I only see a couple of spots where there's any standing water, and the teams are definitely getting themselves into position. Most of the teams are now in their pit boxes and they're on their bikes. They're going through the motions of getting themselves warmed up and ready to go. So what that means at this point is it's 4:23 right now. We are going to be going live on broadcast.iu.edu at 5 p.m. Griffin Epstein, Rachel Brown, Evan Kamikow, and Abby Heyman on the call. So be sure to tune in at that point. At this point, I would expect it to go. There's always the possibility of a little bit more rain coming in. But thus far, what we've seen on the radar seems to indicate that a lot of that is hopefully going to be moving south and east. There is some potential that there might be some rain forming behind, but even that, as we go ahead and train through, as I'm looking at AccuWeather right now and trying to see how the rain might flow, it looks at this point like the rain is likely going to move just south of the track. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. At this point, it's going to be interesting because these conditions are not the worst in the world to run. The track's actually going to be pretty stable, pretty solid. We've had some pretty dusty tracks here over the course of the last several years, and that is definitely not what we've got going on today. The other big issue that is going to be interesting to watch, and this is really where any additional rain could cause problems, is the pit boxes themselves. They need to go ahead and repaint those lines because they kind of got washed out. They are actually out doing that right now. They've got the measuring tape out and they've got the chalk machine out. So we're hoping that there's no more moisture and that the chalk doesn't get washed out. And we've got pit boxes that are clearly delineated so that the teams know where they're going as they're coming in. Just another reminder that even though it's never happened in the women's Little 500 before, if there is rain later, you only have to get halfway through the race. Same thing with the Indy 500. You get through 100 laps at the Indy 500, and it's an official race at that point. So that is something to keep in mind as well. But the way things are sitting right now, I think we're in pretty good shape. Plan again is the broadcast will start at 5 p.m. If you're watching on broadcast.iu.edu, you'll get the full pre-race like we had planned. You can also listen in on WIUX. Just go to wiux.org, and you'll be able to tune in through their website. So anyway, if you've got questions or comments or anything along those lines, you can hit me up at Dr. GC. Look forward to hearing Griffin and Rachel and the rest of the crew calling this race, hopefully in about 30 minutes. Thanks for your patience. We'll look forward to bringing all that to you here very shortly. Again, this is IU Sports Media. I'm Galen Clavio. We'll catch you on the flip side.